Well, Matt, I'm going to ask you, what do we do at this point? Do you know?
At this point, we talk about the MS website and how
Yes.
it's been on your mind for the past 11 years.
You know what? It's like this is like we've done this. We've done this.
Couple dry runs, yeah.
Couple try runs, couple rehearsals. A quick note about something that has been paramount in my mind and heart over the last 23 months, but quite frankly, the last 11 to 12 years. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now, to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare-ups of the central nervous system. Basically, depending on where your lesions are, is depending on what sort of problems you'll have neurologically, whether it's your eyesight or your hearing or sensation in your arms and your legs. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world. They invest more than $1 billion to date. But the National MS Society exists. Well, I'm sorry. MS stops. Wow, it's been a while. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1 800 344 4867. Once again, 1 800 344 4867. Or you can go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. Thank you to all of you who have donated money to this amazing organization, or have even gone to the National MS Society to learn more about demyelination and multiple sclerosis. It touches me and over the 1 million people in this country who have multiple sclerosis in so many ways. We appreciate all of you. And on that,
It's time to talk.
mm-hmm. This is something I like to call a tale of two runs. Tomorrow, myself and Matt will be burning off the bird in Phoenixville. It's a 5K. It's supposed to be a sunny day, it's supposed to be in the mid 50s. Then there is the leftover run on Sunday, which is a half marathon in Oaks, the next town over. It's supposed to rain the entire day. We'll talk about the two runs that come up this weekend. We'll talk about anything and everything as we usually do, with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you, because this is VF Talks. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to VF Talks, a show that is a conversation about anything and everything, including running, which that's what's happening this weekend. We're running. Um, I'm JV. That is a stuffed Triceratops by the name of Rex, and he asks all of you, what are you looking at? He's in that sort of mode. But he's always in that mode. That's what Rex does. Rex is that sort of person. I want to say hello to all of you on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Let's see who wins the door prize this very evening. That goes to Laura, who says, hello, how are you? I am doing well. I have most of my voice, but it's withering away a little bit. We'll talk more about that in a bit. On YouTube, we have Brad, who says, sorry, I stepped away for a bit. Hello, Matt. Hey, JV. Hey, Laura. Hope you guys are good. Well, we are doing the best we can. Brad also picking up on the show theme's composer or artist, Stephen Carlin. Yeah, it's the theme song. We love the theme. It works well, and until I find another one, it'll still be the open for this. We got Marilyn on YouTube who says, yo, yo, with 3 purple hearts, and then separately, 3 waves. Well, 3 blue hearts and 3 waves right back at you together. And Marilyn does ask a question, which let's throw that in there. Are you ready for your run tomorrow? We'll talk about that in mere seconds, because there's a certain person that this awesome fun things. You know him, you love him, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mahas. Oh well, he's missing. Hang on, he's hiding. There he is. There he is. No, it's not Rich Vibes. You can see I just did some cleanup off of the last episode. How you doing?
Good, JV. How are you?
I'm delirious.
Well, I guess it could be worse.
It could be. It could very well be.
Delirious from screaming your head off?
Yeah. So there's that. Kind of did double duty this morning. We'll talk about that in seconds. But also, I think, Thanksgiving has an aura all its own, and there's that sort of calmness that should be from Thanksgiving, and yet there wasn't. But it's what it is. It's just a lot of turkey and a lot of just I ate too much turkey. I'm just throwing it out there for everybody. I ate way too much turkey, like 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds of turkey. I ate a lot of turkey.
That's a lot of turkey.
Oh, it is. It is.
I got to carve the turkey, and I was a guest at someone's house.
Well,
that's usually reserved for the head of household, but I was asked to do it, or they asked for volunteers, and I said I would.
Brad apparently says I said duty. Did I say duty? Yeah, wow. Well, there you go.
Happens.
It does. It very much will. So you're the guest, and yet you had to carve. Do you have expert carving skills?
My carving skills are second to none. I do the breast differently, where everyone gets some skin, because if you slice it like you're at a deli counter, then only the first one gets that big round piece of skin, and everyone else gets like a little sliver. That doesn't work with me.
So you know how to handle the breast.
I do.
That's good.
I do.
That's very good.
Yeah. So it was fun. Good times.
Brad says, dude, I swear I gained 87 pounds this week. It's so bad.
Yeah. And they had pumpkin roll for dessert. I'm a big
pumpkin roll for real?
For realsies, yes. And that is like not my diet at all. I was like, bring it on.
Bring taking the pumpkin roll.
Taking it.
And put it on top of a milkshake.
I shall not pass that up.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It was I think it's interesting, because I got into a conversation with one of the senior employees at the gym, and he was mentioning to me that he and his wife and 2 kids, they went to Longwood Gardens last night. They were open, and they went to dinner outside of Longwood Gardens, and they had a phenomenal Thanksgiving night. It sounded peaceful, tranquil. great pictures. I wish I had them. It's been like
Wow.
5 years since I've been over there. So.
My goodness, my goodness.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are here contemplating what we are going to actually be doing tomorrow. So Marilyn says it's going to be a walk for you. What is our strategy? Do you know what our strategy is?
Yes. It's to walk in the proper direction when they say go.
Right. That's very important.
And it's to follow the signs and follow the directions on the signs and not get lost. And then cross the finish line and eat donuts.
Yes. That's right. It's like clockwork.
Yeah.
Brad is lamenting about his gram. His gram made the best pumpkin roll ever, and she didn't have the recipe written down anywhere. So no one knows her recipe. So we're stuck with Walmart's.
My goodness. Tragic.
That's a tragedy. And then
Kevin's here. Hi, Kevin.
he says the pumpkin roll and the God recipe both gone with her. I am so sorry, Brad. Kevin here on YouTube says, "Hey Matt, hey JV, Kevin, Kevin. How you doing? Hope you're doing well." Yeah, recipes. I mean, like, I don't know if any of my grandma's recipes still exist, and I don't know if my mom's a good conveyor of them or my aunts. So that's a sad thing about recipes. If they're lost and they're gone, they are gone.
Yeah. We have a few good ones in the Haas house from various sides of the family, so it's all good. It's all good. And this was big controversy. My wife got in good with my brother-in-law's mom. Okay. And they have the Gagnon family barbecue sauce recipe, super secret. And she gave it to Tracy. And then when the son found out, he was like, "You what? You have the recipe?" We're like, "Yeah."
She also has access to the 11 original herbs and spices too. So she has an in with KFC and.
Yeah.
Tracy knows the way. She's got connections. She's got connections.
Yeah, it's you got to be careful. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's like, Tracy, you're right. You find out the information. You're the keeper of all.
Yeah. And technically, it wasn't the son's to give away. It was his mom's to give away. She chose to give us the recipe, so we have. And it's banging. It's banging barbecue sauce.
I can imagine. Like,
and they're Southern. Come on. Like that's where you need to be.
So is it a North Carolinian sort of thing?
It is.
So it's vinegar.
It has a vinegar.
Oh, mama.
Part to it. Yeah, it is delish. They do the slow pig pickings party, and oh man, you just tear it off.
Quick note to one of our audience members, Rachel, if you're watching tonight, this may be more the reason why I potentially may move to North Carolina. I think about the barbecue. It's like, why am I not there? It's like
you can come to my house. We'll make it
exactly.
For
you. Maybe I have dual residency in both places. Bringing up Brad's comment from before. Well, another thing about our grandmas, they knew it, so they didn't have anything written down. All of our grandmas.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
And Brad also says Carolina and Memphis barbecue is vinegar based and my absolute favorite. Amen to that. Amen to that for sure. Kevin says we have a family recipe book. Can't lose those amazing tastes. I'm getting the reading back. This is good.
Yeah, good.
Screw up the copy, but got your comments down. So there you go. You're welcome.
I got a lot of miscellaneous things we can talk about
please.
If we need some.
I'm all about the miscellaneous and etc.
Well, 'tis the season to be shopping since this is Black Friday. So I bought a computer. It's a Windows computer.
What?
So I go both
Whoa.
ways, Mac and Windows. And and you know what? It'll be here tomorrow. I
Wow,
bought
that's
it
fast.
today. It's arriving tomorrow.
That's
Crazy.
fast.
I know.
What are the specs? 16 gigs of RAM? What are you talking?
16 gigs of RAM. It's a Intel i5.
i5.
And it's a 14-inch monitor. Not very bright, but and it's got a half a terabyte internal SSD.
So 500,
and Windows 11.
Oh, Win
What?
11. Good.
Yeah, Windows 11. And it's going to run one application and one application only.
Is it Linux? Because Kevin says a Windows computer. Windows is great for downloading Linux.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The first thing I'm going to do is download Chrome, right, and then set that to the default browser. And then I'm going to download the app that I need for it and install it. And then I'm going to disable it from the internet, and it'll never go online, never get any updates.
Off the grid. Yeah.
Off the hard. Yeah. Local LAN only.
It's basically your server for all your Battlestar Galactica episodes.
Yeah, it's internal streaming server.
That's right.
As a laptop. So I bought a CNC machine too.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 3-axis overhead computer-controlled carving machine. And I got some big plans on awesome wood things. I'm launching a business, like a physical goods shopping business. So I'm developing some cool things with that. Going to revive my YouTube channel. It's been dormant since May, which is too long. And yeah, so got all that happening. I have this woodworking tool. It's called a surface planer. It is a long 13-inch spinning blade that takes thick boards and makes them thinner, and makes the surface completely flat and smooth. Well, I've been using this thing and it is so loud. I have to wear 2 sets of hearing protection. It shakes the house. Here, the blades were dull, and it was fighting to get, it was just, the blades are way too dull. So I changed the blades today and I used it like butter. I'm like, what a difference. Like, it didn't just make a 5% difference. Like, it is 300% better. It's a brand new machine. I'm like, and it's quiet. It's quiet now too. Like, the neighbors complain in other houses when I run this, when I ran this with the dull blades. And I didn't cut myself.
Chris Nealon says, Matt, get a helical planner.
Helical blade. Yeah.
Helical planner.
Yeah. No, mine
Chris,
is
how you
just,
doing, by the way?
Mine's a double. It's just a double straight blade. It's kind of a low end model. But you're right. I should upgrade. What you have to do is you have to buy a $700 planer, and then the helical head is $400. So like, you're in it for, I mean, it's a major thing. But I will eventually upgrade that equipment. But now that I got blades, man, and the blades were purchased probably 15 years ago, because I got the item off my friend, and he gave me a set of blades, and the 15-year-old price tag was $29 for these blades. So even in today's prices, it's probably $40. $40 made the thing brand new again. I was like, wow. Yeah.
Chris goes on to say he had a benchtop planer, dropped it. Oh well, now I have the upgrade.
Yeah. Oh, Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon. Hi, Chris. Didn't see you get in it. Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably upgrade to the DeWalt. The DeWalt is like one step below professional. Like, it's as high as you can go as a hobbyist.
DeWalt.
They make a big planer, and it can have the helical head, and
DeWalt's on fire. Yeah. Never mind.
DeWalt's a tool brand.
I know.
They're the yellow.
Bad pun. Bad pun.
Okay.
Horrible.
Oh, but I was saying, here's the thing about planer blades, okay? Again, they're 13 inches long, and it's just it's a razor's edge with super hardened, tempered, it is like the steel is, and here, if you touch them, it just separates your skin. Like, it is so sharp. And I installed these blades, no cuts, but yet I have a Band-Aid on my finger. I was taking out the garbage and I got a paper cut. It's like, I'm around blades all day long. I got knives all around me, box cutters, spinning blades, vibrating blades, oscillating blades in the wood shop, all these metal moving implements, no injuries. Paper cut. That's my life.
Chris dropped his wallet on a 15-inch Grizzly.
Oh, Grizzly is a professional brand for sure. Yeah, I bet those cobwebs were flying off your wallet when you bought that thing. Yeah, crazy. Now, the next thing I'm going to get is an overhead drum sander. Those are going to be that is a what is it? It's like a luxury purchase. The overhead drum sander.
Do you have any aversion? I'm sorry, I saw the comment and just brought it up now. Edge versus chrome, real quickly.
Yeah.
You're more chrome, right?
I am. Yes, I'm more chrome, and I'm anti everything. I shouldn't say it like this. I prefer not to use Microsoft products if there is something else, because Microsoft is a poorly run company, and all companies have wins and losses. Not everything's a winner, but the sheer quantity of failed products from Microsoft in both services and physical goods, I can't embrace. So I'm sure Edge is great, but I know Chrome, I know all my plugins. I just, come on, I can't.
You still haven't forgiven them for Millennium Edition, have you?
Me, yeah. My biggest beef is my car. I have a Microsoft Sync in-car entertainment system, and they stopped supporting it. So now I have a car.
What about the OEM manufacturers and the equipment? So you're just gonna not support it? What do people do?
I mean, things still work, but there was a feature where you could turn on where it'll tell you what street you're on. It had GPS built in, and it had some navigation things. You just had to activate it. You can't activate that anymore because it's not supported. So stupid. Because, when you're in the car business, your stuff's got to last for 40 years. I mean, it's people hold on to their cars for decades. And, I guess the balance sheet was a little off at Microsoft. They're like, okay, kill that Edge product. And, it's not just like a consumer electronic you just throw out. It's a car. Next car I get into, if I see any Microsoft logos inside that car, it's an automatic no. Automatic no. I don't care what the car is. I don't care what the value. I don't care what the bargain is. I don't care. It's a straight up no.
Chris says the latest update on his iPhone went horribly. The focus is horrible. Alerts went away. Still not getting most. ... And then Kevin had a pun there. Says, I have a few jokes about carpentry. I just wasn't sure they would work.
Oh, I got to move my screen. Oh, man. So this is why I need a producer. Hold on. Do.
Boom.
There you go. Did you hear it?
Yes. Even louder. There you go.
Man. See, I have it set to this one because I like my... No.
That's my favorite.
And then the yes, I like the yes even better.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Kevin says, I think there is proof that, Kevin says, I think Microsoft is proof that there is no global conspiracy because if there were, we'd all be using Zunes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't knock them for Zune. For what it's worth, the hardware itself for the Zune with that rubbery enclosure, it was good hardware. Software was junk, and it wasn't a viable product, but the physical device was a good device. But yeah.
We got a superstar joining us this evening on YouTube. Sammy says, good evening, everybody. And Sammy, good evening to you. And then he
Sammy
asks
does the shorts.
the question, what did I miss? LOL with a laughing tears emoji.
Talking about anything and everything. A lot of things that I purchased lately. It's what we've been talking about. Made a lot of purchases.
A lot of wood stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sammy be in the house, as Kevin says.
Yeah. My next piano song is going to be Deck the Halls. Christmas song.
Fa la 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 la.
It's a nice song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some short songs under my belt because I took 5 months to do. We built this city. It's too long.
Sammy is thinking about doing a long live stream to get monetized.
It's hard. It's hard to get watch time from live streams, but hey, Sammy's a superstar. He can do it.
He just needs a couple hours, and it will be perfect.
There you go. There you go. Get all your friends to join, and then that's what racks up the time.
And their wives and their kids and their husbands and the whole nine. Get the family involved. Get the family involved. More subscribers that way. So do you know where we're running?
Well, I saw there's some sort of convention center, and it said there's parking available, which is good because I always have trouble parking in Phoenixville when I go to Blobfest.
Blobfest.
So I'm glad about the free parking. Yeah. Yeah. I presume the sign up table is where you at the convention center too.
Yeah, it most certainly is. It's at the recreation center, in fact.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's 3.1 miles. It is a 5K. We have an hour and a half to do it.
You said 2 hours.
Well, I think they truncated a bit.
Well, I can do a mile in 16 minutes.
Okay.
That should be.
And it's like I kind of alluded to, and I don't know why our graphics or our images are not up here. Hang on a sec.
Where did you get that graphic from? I didn't see that on the website.
From their site. So let me show you.
What?
So here is the burning off the bird page.
Oh, I didn't see all those navigation items when I hit it with the iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
There you go. So 501 Franklin Avenue in Phoenixville. Should I just do this? Okay. In its 13th year, Burn Off the Bird is a family tradition in the Phoenixville region. Bring out your family, extended family, and friends for a 5K run on a scenic Schuylkill River, or a virtual 5K at the location of your choosing.
Are there 2 runs, one at 9:30 and one at 10:30? Or is it an hour for the event?
9:30 to 10:30. So they keep on changing this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine at all. It's not going to be a big deal. Because there's going to be a whole bunch of different types of people that are being doing this, so it's absolutely okay.
So I think I plan to be at the table. If I can get at the table by 9, I think that would be what I'm going to shoot for.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the site, and then there's the map, and it goes into town, goes along French Creek, up and around, and then back to the Phoenixville Recreation Center where the start-finish line is.
Go back to the home page and then and then show me how you get to the map, please.
Sure. Click here for the race map.
Okay, race. Are you on race info?
Yeah, so I'm on runsignup.com, the page for the Phoenixville Burn Off the Bird. Under description, race options, and location,
Yeah.
it talks about the
Oh,
brand
race
new
map.
brand new Phoenixville Recreation Center,
There
and
we
then
go.
there's a link there for click here for the race map.
Okay.
There you go.
Well. Oh, my. We're speaking of 5Ks. My brother just did a 5K 2 days ago, and every mile they do what they call a burpee exercise. You know what that is?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't. You can describe it, but so they do like 50 of those. I'm like, that's crazy. My brother kept himself in shape over the years because not me.
It's a squat, it's a push up. You jump out your feet, you get back there, and you jump up and you squat again, and that's one burpee.
Okay, that's what they do.
Yeah, so they're doing 50 of those.
And then they
mile.
run. They run the rest. I'm like, man, I can't run. I can't. I'm too out of shape. Can't run anymore. It sucks, man.
Nah, you see, the funny thing is, and I learned this from the classes that I take. You know, they're all different types, and the more time they dedicate to it, the more time they do the class, they'll find that they're starting to pick things up. Like,
Yeah.
if you take something like a body pump class, Les Mills body pump, you take something like even the boot camp class that I do with Lauren on Fridays. It's random exercises that would be somewhat CrossFit like. We do a lot of dumbbell exercises, a lot of barbell exercises. We do the sled, lots of sled work. But the more you do it, the more you'll find that you're building strength. Those muscles are getting strength, and then you can find that you could do it faster. You could do it with more weight on.
I think my heart needs to pump enough blood to get to where it needs to go. Like that's, I think, even part of the issue. It's not just muscles. It's and I've been walking daily, but that's not enough. That walk does not equal run as far as your physical body dealing with it.
The movement actually counts. So the one thing I'll say, and the one thing that basically has been a cornerstone of this journey, I would say the last 3 years of the journey, is the movement, even if it's a walk, makes all the difference. And the more steps you do, the better off you are. You don't have to go crazy. I would say 10,000 is the number to shoot for. But like, as long as you're moving, movement is
10,000 steps.
10,000 steps, yeah.
Okay. See, as far as strength goes, since I walk, like my ability to go up on my tippy toes, like that muscle.
Yeah.
I am built like a bodybuilder in that area. from the belt up, I'm like a marshmallow man.
The funny thing, as many people who've known me all over the years know, is the fact that I have very strong legs because I used to be 480 pounds. So I used to carry that much weight, and naturally I would have strong legs. Chris says, I realize I have the shape of a penguin, and penguins don't run. Marilyn says you need to raise your heart rate to make it effective with 3 purple hearts. Depends on what the objective is. I think certainly your heart rate will naturally get faster as you do this. But yeah, there's some truth to it. But I would say your goal is the goal for all my races this year were. It's just to finish the darn thing, and then off of that, you figure out what's the next step.
Yeah.
Mark's joining us on YouTube. He says hello all, and Mark bought me 2 coffees. Thank you, bro. Ditching the drink, Mark says hello all, and I say hi to you and thank you for the wonderful coffees. I appreciate it, man.
You turned on the audio for videos and movies on your. We heard the audio come through that time. See, he's increasing the production value here
little
on
by
the Venture
little.
Forward.
Chris said, I used to run 8 miles a day back in 1983.
Wow, Chris. Superstar.
8 miles Be 16,000 steps because a mile is practically 2,000 steps plus or minus 10 to 20%.
I'll get around 6,000 steps.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the number of steps I had the day I ran the marathon in Portland was 69,000 and change. And that's because there's a lot of walking before the race. So I got to the race site really early and I started just walking around. Lord only knows how much walking I did.
Oh my God.
Because the marathon itself, for all intents and purposes, is about 53,000 steps. But I ended up with 69,000 steps.
You could have just sat on a bench.
Kinda. I was too nervous. I was too much full of energy. I just wanted to do it. And I did. I was supposed to do a negative split. That didn't happen.
I don't know what that is.
Negative split is starting off slow and then building to a faster crescendo through the race. So you're saving your energy stores. You're saving, basically your carbohydrates and whatnot. So you're not burning out in the beginning. You're running it like a 26.2 mile race and not like a 100-meter dash.
Okay.
The one thing you'll find, off of the 5K is if you ever decide to do a 10K, it needs to be a little more regimented. So the fact that, you're going to be there for a while.
Yeah.
We got Rob who says, hi, howdy everyone, and happy Gobble Day, guys. Happy Gobble Day to you, man.
I jumped on his stream with Xanthi. They go, Pop Goes the Stream is his show. It's good.
What was your pinnacle Thanksgiving dinner table item this year, do you think?
Well, my family started talking about bowling because my brother's a professional bowler. Like that's, a thing. And we talked about the time when my son and my brother, who's a pro bowler, and my two nephews. So we were all bowling just for funsies on a Sunday. And then my brother got a 300, my nephew got a 300, and my other nephew got all strikes and spared the 12th ball. So he got 290 something, all in the same game. They know how to bowl.
To go 11 strikes and then not throw the strike on the 12th and final ball, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah. But it was just for funsies. And they're like, we get 300s all the time. So we're talking about that. We're talking about sci-fi shows and all kinds of fun stuff. It was good.
You avoided politics, right?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, we that doesn't. Who needs that?
Well, there's some people that don't realize that.
Yeah, life's too short to bring that up during family stuff. And it was good time. It's a good time. And my nephew that was there, he lives in South Carolina, so I don't get to see him very much. I did get to see him once earlier this year, or may have been even late 2021. I think I saw him because it was still cold out. And anyway, so I got to see him, which was good. I gave him his Christmas present. I was like, you can't open it till Christmas.
Right.
And then I told him, I was like, you know what? If you need cash, there's a truckload of cash in this box. You can get the cash, but don't show your family the other item that's in there because I got a lot of people the same. Now look at a
smaller trucks of cash.
No, a cool thing. So.
Rob says politics. Old mashed tater versus stuffings debate is a tough one. We had both. I'm all about the stuffing. All about the stuffing, like sausage stuffing. Love sausage stuffing. I'm like, that's top notch.
My brother's talking about wine as well because my brother and my sister-in-law are big wine drinkers. I don't touch the stuff. Not that I have a problem with it. I just never really had a taste for it. And they're one of two people in Pennsylvania that have the exclusive rights to buy from this one winery in Napa.
Hmm.
And we're talking about the guy. He was a coal miner and he wanted to retire, and he decided to grow grapes. And there was nowhere to grow grapes in California anymore except up on the hills. He was like, well, I have heavy equipment. So he bored into the mountain, and his winery is inside this mountain. It is the largest inside space without any pillars. It's so massive. I guess it's all granite or whatever rock they have there. It's so tall that Cirque du Soleil does shows in there because, they're all vertical, Cirque du Soleil.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but bottom line is, this is a fun thing he told me, because they have a reserve that you can buy, which is 90% all one grape, because most wines you mix and match different grapes to kind of get where you want, but a reserve has to be at least. And they had this anyway. They took this bottle onto a cruise, because you can take one unopened bottle of alcohol on a cruise, and then you give it to the waiter, and the waiter has to uncork it legally. I mean, you can bring it, and the sommelier knew everything there was to know about wine, and he didn't know about this winery, and he asked if he could taste it. He's like, "Oh my God, this is the best wine I've ever had in my life." He took a picture of it, and he says, I'm booking a trip to this winery.
Brad says, Mark says, I got a new Oppo phone the other day. I wish it didn't. It's exactly the same as my old phone. Oppo phone. Sorry,
What's
Mark.
An Oppo phone?
I have no idea what. Mark, can you explain the Oppo phone?
Maybe he tried to write iPhone and fudged it. Polly wants a crafter is here.
Polly wants a crafter is in the house. He says, Jerry, what's up, everyone?
That's Jerry Brown, everybody. Jerry gave me some good advice on spiral cutting bits for my router CNC machine. Thank you, Jerry, for your advice. Appreciate it.
Mark says, I'm sober and have been for a while. My girlfriend has gone out this evening now. I'm paranoid. Learning to let go is one of the hardest things to do. Mark, you're a strong man, and you inspire me, and you know that you have a community and a family that care about you, and we got you, and whatever you need, we're here for you. So
why would he be paranoid if he's at home and his girlfriend is out?
No idea.
But hey, yeah, whatever you're dealing with,
Mark,
I'm
you
sure
got us, man.
Sure, you can handle it.
Yeah, we got you, man.
Yeah. But hey.
So I'm thinking about the pot of gold at the end of Sunday's at the end of Sunday's rainbow in the half marathon, because there's gonna be Fogo. There's gonna be Fogo at the end of that half marathon.
Everybody likes the Fogo.
Oh, yeah. After running a total of 16.2 miles this weekend, I'm gonna need something. You want to see the map for this this half marathon? This leftover run, as they statistically call it.
Okay.
Cut over. It's back to a thingamabob over here. There we go. It's called the Leftovers Run. So you have a choice. I think I mentioned this last time. You have a choice between a 4.1 miler or a half marathon. And knowing how crazy I am, I'm running the half marathon on Sunday. But it is over in Oaks. It is... And they're separating the 4.1 milers from us half marathoners. So we're going to start at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. The 4.1 milers start at 8:15. And this is to support the Daily Bread Community Food Pantry on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. What's interesting about this, as I kind of talked about it in the pre-roll, is it's supposed to rain all day on Sunday.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Oh, yeah. So, that said, let's take a look at this map, because, it goes along the Schuylkill River, right? All the way to the recreation area and then back, and then right by Audubon. And When we think about Oaks is the town right next to Phoenixville, um, it is a very scenic run. The Schuylkill River over there is phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to that. What I'm a bit concerned about is the rain, right? And when you run, certainly you have a situation where you have to think about any condition and be ready for that sort of thing. But we'll make do. The one good thing is there doesn't seem to be any lightning in the forecast. I don't have to worry about that. But like this is what's going on. This is right off of US 422 in Audubon and Oaks, and like I said, Phoenixville is the next town over. But that's the main course compared to the appetizer tomorrow.
And this is a you end where you started?
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a loop.
What does the logistics look for me for that? Like how would I?
So you could, as far as like routing, I don't know where viewing tables or spectators will be. Let me go back to the graphic real quick. I would assume that around the Audubon Center, so you take 422 over, and then there's Pinetown Road over there, Audubon Road over here. It's basically, I'm using the wrong thing there. You want to probably surround yourself right over there. The actual site talks to it as far as where the race actually is, where you could pick up the packets. The funny thing is, I'll go back to the two of us for a second. The funny thing is, when we're done with the 5K, I pick up my bib for the next day. So the sign up for, not to sign up, but to get my bib for the next day, it's going to be at the 5K tomorrow.
Oh, so at the Burn Off the Bird, you can pick up your bib for the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
Are they two different managed races, or is it the same company managing?
Not the same company, but they work together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah. The organization that's running the Sunday event is an organization called the Renegades. And the Saturday event is being done by the Phoenixville JCs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's there's charity going on here. It's for a good cause, and it's gonna be a good time tomorrow, and it's gonna be a phenomenal race on Sunday too.
Excellent.
A follow up to what Mark was saying before. I'm trying to get this over here. Mark says, I'm not in the house, I'm away, but everyone she goes out with friends, I feel paranoid that she will be doing something she shouldn't. It's all in my head, when in reality, nothing will probably happen.
Well, all right.
The most important person you can think of, Mark, the most important person you need to protect, the most important person to love, care for, take care of, is you. When the cabin pressure goes out and the masks drop, you have to cover yourself first. Rest of the row afterwards. You take precedence.
And if she does end up doing something she shouldn't, that's only going to hurt her chances with you.
Correct.
So that's that's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah, I think the one thing that was resonating. I promise I'm not going to go too deep on this because the one thing that resonated with me last night was just another example of how much codependency can cripple people. And when you see it cripple people in every aspect of their life, it is toxic beyond toxic. So do the right thing for yourself. Take care of yourself first. You have to. You take care of yourself first. Don't buy into any sort of folklore or wives' tale that says, "Oh, well, my mom or my grandma said, well, we have to protect." No, you gotta protect yourself first.
Yeah.
Because if your family, blood, is out to get you, guess what? They go off to the side. You gotta take care of yourself first.
Yeah. I mean, you can't control other people. It's like, but there's the door. She messes up, you know, it, it's not you losing her. It's her losing you. Like, that's the way you got to look at it.
Mark
Not
hasn't.
that, not that that would happen. I mean, obviously he said probably nothing's going to happen. And a lot of it's in his head, but yeah.
Mark didn't realize how many defects he had. Jealousy is a massive one.
Well, my defect is a love of tacos.
Taco,
Do you love me some
taco
tacos?
love. Yes, a love of tacos.
I figured out it's tacos up at the top, of course, and then pumpkin roll.
Right.
Love me some pumpkin roll.
A close second. Pumpkin roll,
Yeah.
second. Tacos.
Oh.
Nachos, I think fifth or sixth in the list, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll probably be tacos involved tomorrow too. I'm sure there's could be a nice spread of food, donuts and everything.
Now, what's the breakfast situation going to look for you tomorrow? Like, how do you deal with that?
That's a good question. The strategy I took for the race in the vineyard over in Bangor is I didn't have breakfast. I had a gel. I had a gel pack. So I sucked down a gel pack that had caffeine, and that was good enough for me. That's the only thing I had. Now that said, that's also because I have a very weak bladder. So I know that I can't drink too much coffee, and I can't, I gotta be aware of what my body does, even in a 5K. But I think I have a very sensitive body, so that's why I take that sort of precaution.
I'm just going to slam eggs and sausage before the race.
Yeah, go right ahead. And it's very common for people to fart while they run a 5K.
Wasn't thinking about that.
Well, it's fine. I do it all the time. Mark says, have you set up a Just Giving page for your marathon?
What's a Just Giving page?
No, I have not. But I should be thinking about that with respect to the second marathon I want to run next year, because there's that open question. I was having a conversation with someone. Could have been family. I forget. All the days are melting together, and all the conversations are too. Um, I'm thinking about running a second marathon on top of Portland next year, and it may be San Francisco, or it may be Pittsburgh. And I think in either case, I should be raising money for charity for one of these two. So yeah, I'm thinking about it, and if and when I do, I will definitely set up information and let you guys know exactly what I'm doing.
Is that what a Just Giving page is? A charity?
Oh yeah.
I see. See.
My thought is San Francisco, to be honest, but there's a lot of reasons why I would run the Pittsburgh Marathon because of all the bridges and everything. So like you can make a good argument for one versus the other. Truth be told, I'm not running both of them. So it's going to be one or the other, and Portland.
Too many people in San Francisco.
Eh.
No place to go. They're all crowded in that little peninsula.
That's part of the excitement. You have to run through the crowd, and once you sliver through that within 5-6 hours, it's clear sailing.
Get your elbows out and knock people down.
That's right.
Wow.
You knock them down, trip them, whatever you have to do. I'm kidding. You never do it. I have no voice, or lack thereof, because when your friend loses their voice and they have to teach a class where they're yelling all the time, you stand up because you take their class anyway, and you start yelling for them. So that's why I'm a little scratchy over here. Just keeping it 100 for everybody.
You should have got a cut of her earnings for that
Absolutely
class.
Not. She's underpaid. She could keep every dollar, and I would throw her 3 more on top. She's phenomenal.
Yeah, well, yeah, you did the work.
Yes. Well, no, So here's the funny thing. Oh, you love this. The way Mayhem works, our boot camp class on Fridays, is we set up individual stations. If there's 17 of us, there's 17 stations. If there's 15 stations, you know how that works. Usually, 5 minutes after 9, she'll start walking through each of the exercises and talking about what to do in each of them. Lauren had no voice this morning, so she was pantomiming all of these exercises, right? So you're talking dumbbell curls. You're talking about um, weighted sort of movement where you're kind of back to the wall and you're just doing a lap sort of deal with that. If we're doing stuff on the sled, she was pantomiming that. It was um, it was really fun to watch.
Nice, nice.
And then she would have a countdown system. She would go, and then that would be my cue to go. I won't yell into the microphone. I want to save your ears, but I would yell reset switch at the top of my lungs.
Wow.
Yeah. And then wait.
They can have microphones so you don't have to yell so loud.
You know what? Can I tell you a little secret amongst our friends here? Just and anyone who catches this on replay. Let's just bring this in for the. I was kind of angry about last night, so it was really easy for me to yell. Just sharing it with all of you. Very easy to yell. I was basically moving myself back and thinking about how pissed off I was, and I was
Hey, that's method acting. You got to
that is
use it.
method acting. Yes, it
You
is.
got to use what you got to deliver.
Now that said, everything last night ended up good and fine, and I love yous and everything, but it was like there's some things that are being talked about that should not be talked about. Like, I didn't sign up for this.
Ain't nobody
And,
got time for that.
and no, nobody has time for that. And I certainly don't want to waste another second of a conversation on anything or on anything and everything on that either. But that's why I'm kind of discombobulated,
Gotcha.
disheveled. Yada yada yada. I'm gonna take a sip of this real quick. This is sparkling ice. It's got carbonation, but my voice needs it right now, so just don't mind me.
He's
Not a sponsor.
feeling
Not a sponsor.
verklempt.
Mm.
All right. Hopefully he's better now.
Yeah, this is the apple cider flavor, and I think this has got vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin B6, B12, biotin, niacin. Yeah, it's decent. 5 calories for the bottle.
Boom.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Oh boy. So a little bit of a logistics question for tomorrow, or a little bit of my strategy is to show up. Like, we're going at 9:30. I'll probably be there at 8:30.
Okay.
And depending on the donut situation, I will have donuts with me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll shoot to get there at 9:15, but things can probably run late.
Yeah.
Everything's a little later on GPS than. So we'll see.
Cherie is joining us from Australia. She says, "Howdy, VF crew. Howdy, Cherie. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well this afternoon. Just trying.
Good day, Cherie.
Good day, Cherie. Hope you're doing well.
She's coming back from shrimp on the barbie.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, all that.
That's not a knife.
Yeah, you got
Technically,
props.
it technically is a knife, but
Yeah,
it's not a knife.
Not a knife. Let's see. What else is so? I mean, are you thinking about your Christmas plans right now? Have you had that formed? Are you looking to leave town? What's going on? Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, we're changing houses for Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve is always the bash, for lack of a better word. Because Christmas Eve with the Haas's, there's drinking, there's gambling, and there's shenanigans all night long, and lots of cookies and delicious food.
You're also tipping trash cans and setting them on fire, right?
Well, hopefully not that. So, and then Christmas Day is usually a quieter with closer family and stuff like that. But yeah, we love Christmas Eve, and we play a game where you put 3 $1 bills up, and then the game is there's only one ultimate loser per round. So in other words, you can play like 15, 20 hands and you only lose $3. So no one gets mad because they're out 80, it's not like that. It's just fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. So we do that.
Yeah, it's a fun game to pass the time.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing Melbourne or Scrabble or Monopoly, it's a game you could play with everybody.
Yeah. And I know you're a recovering
I'm more about the
gambler.
Melbourne. I'm more about the Monopoly. I'm more about the Scrabble. Big time.
It's the Hazes do. And who wants to talk about politics when you're carrying on and having a good time at Christmas Eve?
We got Robin with the Robin's buys and DIYs that say hi JV and hi Matt and hi Jerry.
Robin, hello.
Good to see you, Robin.
Yeah. And but yeah, my brother's gonna have it at his house because on Festivus the 23rd, the Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve, my son is moving and we got to help him move. Now, I'll technically be home on Christmas Eve because we're helping him the day before Christmas Eve, but I'm going to be tired. I'm just not going to be in any mood to host. So that's why we're switching houses. So that's the Christmas at from my angle. What's your plan shaping up?
So that's a TBD as of right now. On paper, right now, I'm scheduled to go up to the Poconos for Feast of Seven Fishes, and then the next day I usually spend by myself, and I'll have Chinese food or figure something out. I don't know what I'm doing yet this year. I have no idea. So I guess in a way, I am a bit of a free agent. But yesterday threw me for a loop and a half.
One thing I love to do on Christmas, back when Doctor Who was, I don't like this last showrunner that they had. They used to have an episode Christmas Day. And it was the greatest thing. It was the greatest thing. And they would air it at the same time around the globe. So no one got to see it first. And it was always at an odd time, but if you're in Central Mountain Pacific, it was all at the exact same moment. Mm-hmm. But then they're not doing it. Then that. But I'm told that the last episode, David Tennant is back.
Oh.
Yeah. The doctor did the transformation and turned back into David Tennant. Who is an amazing actor in his own right. Same thing with Matt Smith, and the same thing with Christopher Eccleston. Mm-hmm. Very underrated, that man. That man is an accomplished actor. And
that show is a legacy. That show is a tradition.
Did you know the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company, with all of their shows, they do sports, they do news, they do rom-coms, they do everything. The number one earner for years was Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It wasn't the top earner of just the sci-fi shows, of all shows. And they burned it all to the ground and they ruined it with bad showrunner and bad writing.
A bad showrunner will take a show off the rails.
They're bringing back the original showrunners, and they got David Tennant back. What's that meme? It's like, you've had my curiosity, now you have my attention. It's like, yeah, come on, baby.
Why as Americans we have such a fascination with British television? I mean, for me, obviously Who, But EastEnders, you could put EastEnders on that list. Absolutely.
Well, it's story. They
Mm-hmm.
know how to tell a story. It doesn't need to be special effects, doesn't need to be high budget. It needs to be good story. Like the one episode of Doctor Who was the Weeping Angel episode.
Mm.
And the doctor, who was David Tennant at the time, he only had 5 minutes of screen time in the whole episode. And it was a throwaway episode. They were over budget. They needed to produce a cheap show. They, put it together, and it was one of the best episodes of the entire franchise because it's the good story. And that episode really freaked a lot of people. Like it was like, it freaked a lot of people out. Like it was pretty terrifying.
It took some
at that
next
time.
degree sort of thinking of how to create that plot line and that arc. But that's what the writers of that show do. And that's why it is critically acclaimed. That's why it's lasted for as long as it has.
Yeah. So I was a big fan of that. And even on my Awesome Wood Things, the trailer video for the channel, I say what inspires me to make things out of wood, and one of the things is Doctor Who, and I'm like, I should probably take that off now because, I don't like the current, and even the current Jodie Whittaker. I think she's a great actress in her own right. She just had horrible writing, and I think she got a bad deal there for sure. But anyway, so I do like me some sci-fi.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sci-fi is not my primary, but I do enjoy sci-fi.
It has to have a level of believability. Like,
Oh, yeah.
of course that can't happen, but if it could happen, it would probably happen like the way that they're describing it in the art that you're consuming. Like some sci-fi is like all magic and fantasy. It's like, there, it just happens. I'm like, that's
I Dream of Jeannie. You just
yeah, but I'm like, that's weak sauce. I need a little
freak out like freak so chic. You know what my primary is, though. My primary television obsession still is game shows.
Game shows, yeah. And rom-coms. No, I'm just kidding.
There's nothing wrong with a rom-com. It's funny you say that. I was thinking about the other day?
What's that?
Mad About You.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought, certainly when they brought it back, what was it, a season or two they brought it back for? I mean, like, that was Paul Reiser, Helen Hunt. Great show. Great show.
Yeah.
Reiser's funny. Helen Hunt was funny. They worked incredibly well together. Yes, I feel like a rom-com one.
You know what's out now that is like really good? Wednesday. Have you seen the previews for Wednesday?
Yeah, I did. Have I? Yeah. Yep.
There's 8 episodes. I watched the first 6, and let me tell you, I am loving every minute of it. There was a YouTube channel.
Brad says
called,
Wednesday is so good.
There's a YouTube channel called Adult Wednesday Addams, and this actress dresses up as Wednesday Addams as an adult, and she gets into all kinds of shenanigans, and they crack down on her hard, and she had such a fan base that I think they finally let her artwork stay up, her videos stay up. But yeah, oh man, it's good.
Yeah, Mad About You. That's Mad About
You. There it is.
Yeah. Helen Hunt on the left, Paul Reiser on the right.
They're young in that picture.
Didn't pull a picture of the revival, did I?
No. Yeah, good entertainment. Good entertainment's hard to find.
Yeah, especially stuff that makes you think, but also makes you laugh. And I think some of the storylines with Mad About You, going back to Mad About You for a second, Like when they had the baby and they let the test was to have the baby sleep by itself herself, it was her female, herself for the night, and they were just pacing outside the door of the bedroom, like, do we go in, do we go in, do we take care of it? And I think that was just, it was just so well done. I forgot if they had a daughter in that. I think they had a daughter, yeah. So yeah, daughter's
That's
in the
good writing.
bedroom. You know, the two are sitting outside the bedroom door. It's just, it was really really well done.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's interesting how they put those productions together. I've
Mm.
kind of know a little bit about the inner workings of what it takes to pull off a show like that, and it's an interesting process, a very expensive process for sure.
Shree says, "I will have to check it out, JV and Matt." Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
It's entertaining. I think the storyline still work today in 22. So definitely look for it.
yeah, good stuff. It's good stuff out there. It's hard
Yeah,
to find. It's far and few in between nowadays, but there's stuff out there.
I think what's interesting about the times we live in, as I sound like an old fogey saying this, but there's a plethora of ways we could watch old stuff. We could watch new stuff. New stuff is constantly being created because there's many different distributors, and many different channels, and many different creators. Like, this is an interesting time to take in entertainment because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it, and a lot of lessons to be learned too.
You know, I do like, the independent content creator. I there's people have the talent to put good entertainment out there, and they're doing it. They're doing it by themselves. They're doing it with a team of 6. You get into these television shows and they've got a team of writers, a team of producers. They've got, wardrobe and craft services, and just, the lighting, the video, the edit, it's just a mount. It's all bloat. You don't need all of that.
No.
But if you know how to do the entertainment, well, that's what they did with, G4 TV.
Yeah.
That was a YouTube show before YouTube, and now they have replicated that model. People in their basement or people with 5 team members, and they're doing A+ programming on that type of video game entertainment, video game news and video game tournaments, and then G4 tries to bring it back old way. It was up for a month and a half.
Yeah, gone.
couldn't do it. Salaries were off, and Comcast was funding it, and it's just like, man, that was way too heavy.
The one thing G4 in its revival can say at least is they lasted longer than CNN Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. But all those producers over there, all the salaries, and the revenue was just YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you could go on these sites that tell you how much revenue approximately they're making, and it was a drop in the bucket. Or like, how can this overproduced, and the content was half as good as the stuff that's out there by the independent content creators? It wasn't even that good, and it was 20 times more expensive.
Independent content creator is hungry. They're hungry for the art. They're hungry to create content. They're hungry to just produce. And they, as you said, they don't need all that fluff. They don't need all of that extra stuff. They just need a story. They just need content, and there's ways to produce so easily these days. Like, that's what we have.
Yep. The people who know how to do it right and are good on camera. And some people are just naturally on camera. Some people are like, that's not going to fly. But then some people, if they can have an on-camera personality and be entertaining and give people what they want, they can do so much better and so much faster. You know, because these television shows, you're in committees and you're getting sign-offs and your rewrites, and it's just too long of a process. It's expensive process. Long equals money. Time equals money when you're dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
You're an independent content creator. You know what to do. You can just move a mile a minute. So it's crazy.
Brad has a question. How far is Wilkes-Barre from us?
Oh, okay.
Wilkes-Barre
I
is
will
like
tell.
2.5 hours for me. 2.5 hours.
Let me go to maps. Put it in here.
So it's probably got to be like 3.5 for you. They take another swig of this stuff because my voice is
1 hour 46 minutes.
Really? Oh, up 81. You should up 81. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot you were by 81. Got it.
Good old Interstate 81.
Mm-hmm. Brad says, never mind then. I thought maybe it was closer. He wanted a Baby Penguins t-shirt. So never mind.
Okay.
It's all about the Baby Penguins. If it's not about the candy canes, then it's about the Baby Penguins. It's always about something.
I have lawn ornament candy canes for sale.
That was a segue.
No one's biting. Nobody wants them.
What?
6 of them for $90.
You want to do a plug? You want to do a plug real quick?
Not really.
Okay, then never mind. It's fine.
They're on the Facebook Marketplace. Just do a search for lawn ornament candy cane. You'll find.
Yeah, they're not edible though. They're
no. Made out of wood, 2 foot tall, 8 inches wide. You can see them from miles away. Gorgeous.
They are gorgeous.
Exterior grade latex paint. Metal stakes drive them into the ground. They'll last a lifetime.
They're created,
handmade by me.
They're created with a labor of love.
Yeah.
And what Matt wants to do is to provide you the holiday spirit, putting candy canes in your yard. Beautiful candy canes.
I got them in my yard. Let me show you. I'll share. Oh yeah, look at this. This is gorgeous. So I will share screen.
Okay. Boom.
Do.
And then you go there. And I'll go ahead and put this in solo, and I'll put it in the main. And then no, if I do this though, and there you go.
Whoops.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. So, I have 9 of them. I sell them in groups of 6, and yeah. So there's the can. I made this. I made that. I made everything here. So this is my snowman that I made, and this is the big Mamma Jamma. This one's almost as tall as me, but it's way there in the background. And got my colored lights here on these 5 posts and here, and then these are white icicles all along this span. I have a 2-car garage, so it just keeps going that direction. Yeah, aren't they nice? Look at that.
They are gorgeous.
Yeah. So, I got bunnies. I like bunny statues because my last name translates to rabbit. So there's rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay, I'm going to go back to. But there you go. There, switch this back over to you. I lost you. We lost Matt for a second. All right, there's Matt as he joins us again. Hey Matt, can you actually
hang up?
It's like that's it. I'm going. Can you actually hold ship for about 2 or 3 minutes? I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay.
No problem.
I'll give you a solo. There you go.
All right. So I should be getting my Lenovo 14-inch computer tomorrow. What should I do? What's the first thing I should do with a brand new Windows laptop? Let me know in the comments. And I put together some cutting boards. I started making some cutting board material out of walnut. So I broke out the good wood because I've been tinkering with some cheap white pine to cobble together the process of how to build my product. But now I'm breaking out the good stuff. So um, things are coming together pretty good. In a couple days, I might have, well, depends how long it takes my CNC machine to get here. I should have a prototype very, very soon. Oh, and my Paduke, I ordered Paduke wood. So that has been shipped. I should get that in a few days. And Paduke is a tropical species of wood, and it's red. It is red, red, red. It is the coolest looking wood out there. So I'm happy about that. Yes, they light up. Cherie asked. Well, the candy canes do not light up. The candy canes are not lit, but I have lights on my property, so those lights up. Not the candy canes. But the thing is, though, see, a lot of lawn ornament candy canes, they're just little tubes, plastic tubes, and you can't see them from far away. These are 2 inches wide. You know, the width of the candy cane, 2 inches. So bright, bright white, exterior acrylic paint, and it's the not the matte, but the gloss. So they practically glow, but no, they're not illuminated. But yeah, I think they're nice.
Yeah, they're really nice, and I've actually seen the candy canes, and they're phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. And the ones I have for sale are actually built way more rigid than the prototypes I use on my lawn, because the prototypes used lower grade wood, but the ones that I'm selling, you can use them as baseball bats. They're not, they they're indestructible.
You could beat the crap out of someone with them.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're the perfect shape too. A long stick with a hook on the end. You can do a lot of damage. You can hook people's legs. You can wrap it around their neck. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with that.
Sheree says, "Do you make grazing boards? They're very popular in Australia."
Oh, is that similar to charcuterie?
I love charcuterie.
No, I don't make grazing boards. I'm making end grain cutting boards, which are the hard labor to produce, and these are the cutting boards that professional chefs use. And these cutting boards are always 3 times more expensive because it uses a lot more wood, and it keeps your knives sharp longer because the blade falls in between the grain of the wood. The grain is sticking straight up. So if you have a side grain cutting board, you'll cut the fibers off, and your board can get kind of mangled pretty easily. You can use an end grain cutting board every day for 10 years, and it's going to look just as good as it did the day you got it. So yeah, this what I'm doing. This is kitchen centerpiece material. This isn't just, oh, that's a nice thing. This is, you would put it on your island or in your kitchen and display it 365 days a year. Like, that's the level I'm making.
Brad with the obvious sauce joke. It was the best of shears. It was the worst of shears.
Worst of shears.
And he's also informing us that it is Penguins 4, Flyers 1 right now as they play in, I think, the second period over in Philly.
Yeah.
Worcestershire. I like a good Worcestershire sauce.
Mm-hmm. It's underrated.
Yeah, it is. It is very much underrated. You think about a good Caesar salad dressing. Worcestershire sauce is definitely part of that as you do the anchovies and whatnot. Yeah. And if you ever get Caesar salad done traditionally in a wooden bowl, at like a fancy foo
Mixed at the
restaurant.
table, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But you see the preparation that there's egg, there's anchovies, there's Worcestershire sauce. I try saying it, it's horrible.
Someone was complaining about the anchovies because they're disgusting, and the waiter says, "Oh, don't worry, I mash it up. I mash them. They turn into a paste.
It's paste. It's paste now. You do that, they can make a leech with that. It's all fantastic.
Aye, aye, aye.
And Brad with a chef tip, he says, "Put Worcestershire on mac and cheese. You're welcome."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To which Cherie says, "Ew."
Ew.
Ew. Yikes.
That's nasty.
It's not. I don't like that. It's not good. I don't know why you. Cherie doesn't even sound like that, so I don't know what that voice is. So, yeah, you're welcome. Oh, method acting. Anyhow, are you ready to burn off a bird?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to burn off a bird too. So that's what we're doing tomorrow morning. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a bow on this, and we're going to run. We're going to walk, jog, run. We're going to do all of that.
Do all of the things.
All of the things. We're going to do all the things at a timing that is apropos for the two of us. We're going to do all the things.
Oh, here it is.
There's the bell. There's
Boom.
the link. So like, comment, subscribe, buy me a coffee like Mark did before, and I thank you again, Mark, for that purchase. And have a great night, Matt. Love you, bro.
All right, get some rest. I will see you in the morning.
Let's kill it tomorrow, man. Let's do it.
All right.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out. I love you all. Take care. Bye.
Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to Maine. I'll get this back over to me. And we're going to talk about what next week is, which basically next week is just another episode of VF Talks. So for the next few weeks, there are things going on with my projects that are going to prevent me from doing the main episodes. There will be pre-recorded pieces that I will put out on the channel. But as far as live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're going to be on hiatus for a little bit of time until my schedule gets back to normal. But VF Talks will always be on the calendar, and we will do that very thing again 1 week from tonight at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. Let's go through some final comments right here. Cherie says, Worcestershire on steak for me. That sounds phenomenal. Brad says, enjoyed it, fellas. Have a great night. Enjoyed having you, Brad. I hope you have a great night and a great weekend. Marilyn says, enjoy your weekend, everyone, with 3 purple hearts, 3 blue hearts back at you. I hope you have a great weekend, too. We also have Brad saying, night, Matt. Been fun. Have a great night, sir. And Brad also says, oh, crap. Didn't know why. Don't know why I thought that was Matt. Sorry, Matt. No worries. No worries at all. And Cherie says, night, y'all, with a kiss and a hug. And a kiss and a hug back at you, Cherie. And thank you for jumping on tonight. As always, you are phenomenal. I love you all. Seriously. You're a great, great community. And I'm glad to be doing these episodes. Even the VF Talks on Fridays. Because we get to connect. We get to talk about anything and everything. And we get to be human beings. And just really enjoy life for what it is. So anyhow, it's Discord stuff. Anyhow, until next time, I'm going to say the same thing I say at the end of every Venture Forward and VF Talk.